On October 1st, 2021, a shocking incident occurred in Groveland Township, Michigan, that would ultimately lead to the death of 64-year-old Konrad Imirowicz. His daughter, Megan Imirowicz, then 18 years old, was accused of dousing her sleeping father with a mixture of water and lye, a powerful chemical commonly used as a drain cleaner. This act set in motion a series of events that would result in Konrad's death 5 months later and thrust the Imirowicz family into the national spotlight. But first, subscribe to our channel for more content, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Konrad Imirowicz and Julie Konrad finalized their divorce in May 2011, ending their marriage after having two biological children and adopting two others, including Megan Imirowicz. Following the divorce, Julie Konrad was granted primary custody of all four children. The arrangement seemed stable until Megan, at the age of 15, made the surprising decision to live permanently with her father in Ortonville, Michigan. This decision came as a shock to Julie, who had been the primary custodian since the divorce. In February 2019, Julie Konrad allowed Konrad to gain full custody of Megan and her brother Austin, acknowledging that Megan was old enough to make such a significant decision. The move was initially seen as a positive change for Megan, who sought a closer relationship with her father and to help him to overcome his alcohol addiction. However, the relationship between Megan and Konrad quickly soured, leading to a tumultuous living situation that would later culminate in the tragic incident involving Konrad's death. According to prosecutors, the incident stemmed from an argument between Megan and her father on the morning of October 1st, 2021. Megan had planned to celebrate her upcoming 18th birthday with a party at a local hotel and needed a ride to a hair salon appointment. However, Konrad, who reportedly had a drinking problem, was highly intoxicated and unable to drive her. In what prosecutors described as an act of anger, Megan allegedly threw a mixture of water and lye powder on her father while he was sleeping on the couch. Lye, also known as sodium hydroxide, is a corrosive substance that can cause severe chemical burns when it comes into contact with skin or eyes. When mixed with water, lye creates an exothermic reaction, dramatically increasing the temperature of the solution and potentially reaching up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Megan Imirowicz contacted her friend Kayla Bousquet on the day of the incident that led to her father's injuries. Megan had earlier sent her a Snapchat photo of herself crying, followed by a text message stating that her dad got drunk and he didn't care that she had stuff to do and she threw stuff at him. Later that afternoon, Megan asked Bousquet to go to her home to retrieve credit card information from her father to pay for the party at the hotel. When Bousquet arrived at the Imirowicz home, she discovered Konrad Imirowicz in a severely injured state on the couch. Bousquet immediately called for help, and Konrad was rushed to Ascension Genesis Hospital. Upon arrival, his blood alcohol level was measured at 0.255, more than 3 times the legal limit for driving. Bousquet informed Megan that her father was in the hospital, to which Megan allegedly responded by hanging up without saying anything. Bousquet testified that she found Konrad naked and severely injured on the couch. She described his appearance as very bad and very out of it, noting burns, blood, or bruises on his head, chest, hands, and stomach. The attack left Konrad with chemical burns covering more than 40% of his body too. Over the next 5 months, he endured a grueling medical battle, facing numerous complications and procedures. 1. Extensive chemical burns treatment. 2. Multiple infections. 3. Amputation of both legs. 4. Kidney dialysis. 5. Tracheotomy. 6. Skin grafts. Despite the efforts of medical professionals, Konrad's condition continued to deteriorate. After months of hospitalization, he was released to in-home hospice care. Tragically, just 3 days after returning home, Konrad Imirowicz passed away on March 6, 2022. Following the incident, the Michigan State Police launched an investigation. According to Assistant Prosecutor Jason DeSantis, a nurse overheard Konrad telling his son that Megan was responsible for his injuries. When interviewed by police at her hotel, Megan allegedly admitted to throwing water and a white powder at her father. Based on the evidence gathered, Oakland County prosecutors charged Megan Imirowicz with 1. Unlawful possession or use of harmful devices imitation, irritants causing death, a felony. 2. Domestic violence, a misdemeanor. The trial of Megan Imirowicz began in June 2023 and drew national attention, including coverage by Court TV. Over the course of several days, the prosecution and defense presented their cases to the jury. The prosecution argued that Megan had intentionally thrown the lime mixture on her father in a fit of anger over his inability to drive her to a hair appointment. They presented evidence including: point 1. Testimony from Kayla Bousquet about finding Konrad injured. 2. Medical evidence of the extent of Konrad's injuries. 3. A recorded police interview where Megan allegedly admitted to throwing items at her father. For testimony from Megan's brother, Austin, who claimed their father told him Megan had thrown the chemical on him. The defense, led by attorney Fred Miller, attempted to cast doubt on the prosecution's narrative. They argued that, point 1, Konrad Imirowicz never explicitly stated that Megan had doused him with lye. 2. The home environment was chaotic, likened to an episode of the TV show Holders. 3. Megan's actions were not intentional or malicious. Megan herself maintained her innocence throughout the trial, claiming she had only thrown bread at her father to wake him up. During Megan Imirowicz's trial, her brother Austin Imirowicz provided emotional testimony about their father Konrad's condition in final days. Austin recounted how Konrad, after enduring months of hospitalization that included multiple infections, amputation of both legs, skin grafts, and kidney dialysis, made the decision to return home under hospice care in early March 2022. Austin became visibly emotional as he described preparing the house for his father's arrival with the help of friends, noting that Konrad passed away just 3 days later. Austin also testified about his interactions with his father shortly after the incident. He told the court that when he first spoke to Konrad at the hospital, his father initially claimed not to remember what had happened, suggesting he might have been burned by a bug bomb. However, Austin stated that he later learned from his father about a fight with Megan, during which she allegedly threw various items at him, including trash, clothes, hairspray, and cleaning supplies. Austin also described seeing white stuff all over the couch and cleaning supplies when he entered their home after his father was taken to the hospital. 19 years ago, I was placed into the arms of the first man to ever love me, the man I'm lucky enough to call my dad. Growing up, he became so much more. He was a storyteller, a tooth fairy, a friend, and hero. Through it all, the one thing never changed was that he was mine. She sobbed. One of the biggest things overlooked in this case is that me and my siblings lost my dad too. That loss has severely broken us. I get scared that he thinks I didn't love him. He told me so many things. One thing he didn't tell me was how to live without him. Megan Imirowicz asked the judge to help her realize her goals, among them a college degree, studying marine biology, rehabilitating marine life, and setting up programs that help children with depression. On June 15, 2023, after deliberation, The jury found Megan Imirowicz guilty of unlawful possession or use of harmful devices causing death. The conviction carried a potential life sentence. However, in a surprising turn of events, on July 25, 2023, Judge Victoria Valentine sentenced Megan to 1 year in jail with credit for 506 days already served, 2 5 years of probation, 3 mental health assessment and psychological exam, for alcohol and drug testing, 5 participation in a high school or GED program, 6 a nightly curfew of 9 p.m. 7 wearing an electronic tether. This sentence was significantly lighter than what prosecutors had requested. Chief Assistant Prosecutor David Williams stated, "This was not the sentence we advocated for. However, the judge ultimately decides what sentence will be imposed." The case shed light on the complex family dynamics of the Imirowicz household. Megan's mother, Julie Konrad, spoke in her daughter's defense, questioning the thoroughness of the investigation and suggesting that important facts had been left out of the trial. It was revealed that Megan was adopted by Konrad Imirowicz and Julie Konrad when she was just a few days old. The couple had previously adopted an older son, Austin, and later had two biological children before divorcing in 2011. Konrad described the family as broken even before the incident, hinting at underlying issues that may have contributed to the tragic events. The case of Megan Imirowicz raises several important questions and issues. 1. Juvenile justice. Although Megan was 18 at the time of the incident, the case highlights the challenges of sentencing young offenders for serious crimes. 2. Substance abuse. Konrad's reported alcohol problem underscores the impact of substance abuse on families. 3. Mental health. The judge's order for a mental health assessment as part of Megan's sentence points to the importance of addressing psychological factors in criminal cases. For family dynamics, the case reveals how complex family relationships can contribute to tragic outcomes. 5. Media coverage. The national attention the case received raises questions about the impact of media coverage on high-profile criminal cases. The death of Konrad Imirowicz and the subsequent trial of his daughter Megan represent a tragedy on multiple levels. A family was torn apart, a life was lost, and a young woman now bears the weight of her actions for the rest of her life. As Megan Imirowicz begins her probation and attempts to rebuild her life, the case serves as a somber reminder of how a moment of anger can lead to irreversible consequences. It also challenges society to grapple with difficult questions about justice, rehabilitation, and the complex dynamics that can lead to family tragedy.